First, we start with weather with meteorologist Nathan Scott. Nathan, it's another nice and sunny day out there. Dare I say it's perfect for Labor Day weekend.
Hey, good evening, Brooke. Yeah, it's been spectacular Sunday across most central Arkansas. The temperatures have been on the warm side. Some locations did climb up into the low 90s today. Arkadelphia, Pine Bluff, Camden, also Monticello. But more clouds held the numbers down to the 70s. Fayetteville, Bentonville reached a high of 89 here in Little Rock. Those clouds are producing a few showers, primarily in West Arkansas, but especially into Oklahoma. And there's an upper level disturbance that's going to be making its way into our neck of the woods on Labor Day. Now, it's going to lose a lot of its punch than what you see here in Oklahoma, but we'll take you through on future radar, and it can't run. There could be a spotty shower. I think this particular model is overdoing things. I think the best chance of a spotty shower out there for tomorrow, any point throughout the day, but especially during the afternoon and evening hours, will be for West Arkansas. So here in Central Arkansas, we'll go with a 20% chance there could be a passing shower over some of those barbecues out there, but otherwise plenty of dry time can be expected. Lows tonight dropping down into the mid 60s, and tomorrow with more clouds than sun, I think most locations will top out into the mid 80s. Warmer conditions with more sunshine in East Arkansas, and temperatures maybe only into the 70s in Northwest Arkansas. I'll let you know what to expect for the new work week coming up.
All right, thank you, Nathan. Starting tomorrow, a new law will officially go into effect, placing tighter restrictions on disposable vape bans here in Arkansas. THV 11's Maya Ellison gives us an overview of the law and what you need to know.
Changes are coming to the natural state, affecting vape shops across Arkansas. Starting September 1st, Act 590 is set to go into effect. Filed by Senator Dismang, the law states that, quote, a vapor product or e-liquid product shall not be offered for sale in this state or sold to a person located in this state unless the manufacturer certifies it before that date.
This isn't closing stores or an attempt to close stores, but I think we should, and our consumers should, have some reliance on what products they're utilizing.
Now, that was Senator Dismang back in March. He explained that this law will place limitations on disposable vapes by creating a registry of approved products and improving inspections. Here's how it works. According to the law, the state's tobacco control will monitor what products come into Arkansas and approve the manufacturers through the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA.
How do you know what product is made in China or not, and what guarantee are you going to have that you will know?
The state saw another similar bill, HB 1626, filed by Representative Matt Duffield in February. That was to completely prohibit the sale of disposable vapor products. That bill died in the House committee in May. Senator Dismang told THV 11 that his bill is different.
All we're trying to do is create a registry so that when we ask tobacco control to go out and enforce, that they have a list to work from.
And we've heard from shop owners before, like Scout Stubbs, owner of Dripper's Vape Shop, who addressed media earlier this year. She says the law is concerning for businesses like hers.
This new fund will be paid on the backs of Arkansas small businesses who will struggle to comply with such a complicated law, not Chinese manufacturers or out-of-state vendors that sell through the mail.
We reached out to Stubbs for further comment, but did not receive a response. In Little Rock, Maya Ellison, THV 11 News.
Thank you, Maya. And starting November 1st, the law states that a manufacturer who sells products not listed on the directory will be subject to a civil penalty. It comes as a separate Arkansas law continues to be challenged in court, as Conway has become the latest school forced to take down posters of the Ten Commandments. A federal judge earlier this month blocked the state law mandating the commandments be posted in public spaces, including classrooms. That ruling initially applied to 4 school districts in Northwest Arkansas. But earlier this week, families moved to include Conway in the lawsuit. Attorney General Tim Griffin says he will appeal the decision. This Labor Day weekend, the Trump administration is under scrutiny for a push to place federal troops on the streets of Chicago and for recent firings and resignations at the CDC. CBS's Willie James Inman has the details.
This Labor Day weekend, the Trump administration is facing pushback for a plan to send federal troops into Chicago in response to violent crime. On Sunday's Face the Nation, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says troops don't belong on the streets of the Windy City.
Murders are down 50% in the city of Chicago. National Guard troops, any kind of troops on the streets of an American city don't belong unless there is an insurrection.
But Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem defended the administration's push to cut crime.
For 13 consecutive years, Chicago had more murders than any other American city.
The Trump administration is also coming under scrutiny after firing the director of the CDC. Director Susan Menarez's firing was followed by the resignation of 4 other high-profile CDC leaders. CBS News medical contributor Celine Gowder says the departures have created a vacuum in U.S. medical leadership.
These are really key positions, not to mention that a lot of the directors of the different centers, because it's centers plural, have also been forced out over the last several months. So you're really dealing with a leadership vacuum at the CDC.
Gowder also expressed concern about recent vaccine policy changes from the CDC.
Vaccine policy is now being made by political fiat and communicated through social media rather than a transparent, open scientific review process. And so we're seeing the reversal of previous recommendations, which will also confuse whether insurance will cover certain vaccines for certain people.
On Friday, one senior White House advisor defended Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., calling him, quote, the crown jewel of the administration. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
It's the largest fundraising effort by the Alzheimer's Association, and that event needs teams. I'm talking about the Walk to End Alzheimer's in Fort Smith in Northwest Arkansas. The one in Fort Smith is set for September 20th at the Arkansas Colleges for Health Education at Chaffee Crossing. And Nicole Press with the Arkansas Alzheimer's Association says the success of each walk event depends on how many teams take part. If you'd like to register a team, head to act.alz.org. And after a successful debut last year, the Camden Hot Air Balloon Festival is back with even more excitement. It features tethered balloon rides, a glow show, live entertainment, and so much more. THV 11 photojournalist Danny Moore was there, and he shows us the magical evening filled with unforgettable memories.
So today we're having our second annual Camden Balloon Festival. It's basically a fundraiser. Why are we doing it? We're doing it to give some exposure to Camden, exposure to entrepreneurs like craft vendors and food vendors locally, some here within our region. So what happened was,
JJ and Doc Bryce.
Yeah, Y95, JJ and Doc Bryce brought it to our attention because they knew someone that used to do it with Hot Springs. And so they said it would be a perfect thing to do here in Camden. So we kind of took it from there. They didn't have the time to get it done, and the chamber would love to have done it for fundraising purposes. And so we just took it by the rings and decided to make it into reality.
There's a guy named Pat Harwell. He's a hot air balloon pilot that's highly decorated. That is a thing in the nation. And we were able to get his contact through JJ and Doc, I believe.
Yep.
And Pat said, in fact, we do have some balloon pilots available for you. And they come from Texas, Louisiana, and several different states. And they come and do their thing. But we have bounce houses for the kids this year. That's new. We have live entertainment this year. That's new. And about double the vendors and food trucks. It's going to be a lot of fun. The coolest thing is, and I wasn't expecting this because this is all new to me, last year was my first year around hot air balloons. At night, when the sun goes down, it gets good and dark, they do this thing called a night glow, and it is amazing to watch. I never would have thought it, but it is really a spectacle to behold. Kids love it, adults love it. They glow and do all these pulsing things. It's really cool.
Well, it definitely looks like a really cool event to check out. So happy the weather worked out, and if you have plans for Labor Day, most of us will be on the dry side. There's a small chance of rain, but a slightly higher chance of rain going back to work and school on your Tuesday. I'll have a look at future radar next.